Lego Ninjago the Movie video game, I think is like the name of this game, right? It's Lego Ninjago Movie video game instead of just the Lego Ninjago game. I don't know. They're probably planning on releasing other Lego Ninjago related games in the future, so it'd be kind of weird to call this one the Lego Ninjago game if there's going to be also more the Lego I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. So this is going to be, I believe, part 6 in this walkthrough for Lego Ninjago, also chapter 6. Which is, like I've said before, chapters are kind of meaningless, and this will be the Ninjago City Docks level, and this is a pretty short one compared to the previous two. The previous two were closer to 30 minutes, this one's still around 15 minutes, but this one's pretty much all in one part. There's no, like, massive sectioned off parts in this one. I was kind of surprised this one was as short as it was, because the first two levels, first 2 or 3 levels really were dragging on there for a while. So we're going to be running into a few more fish guys, and we're also going to be dealing with the catastrophe that is having the cat running around the city, and we'll have to rescue a lot of our ninja friends. It's at this point that we'll be collecting most of our ninja friends, so we'll have to be dealing with parties of more than 2, which really just requires that you have to push Y more than once when you have to switch characters. As always, you can push and hold Y, and that'll open up your character selection wheel if you want to do it that way, but usually if you push Y enough, you'll get the character that you want anyway. So, just jump on down here, and as we saw there a couple of minutes ago, okay, maybe not minutes, a couple of seconds ago, I couldn't quite jump down onto that tripwire, or that zip line, whatever that thing was, that cable. For some reason, my character just didn't want to grab onto it, but luckily you don't need it. You can just jump down here, climb up to where that was, and then use this guy's sword ability to cut down this cable so we can build this Lego object. And we're going to be making a rocket hot dog. I was really surprised. This fish really likes hot dogs, so we're going to be throwing a rocket-fueled hot dog at this fish to get him out of our way.
Fire it up, Jay. Open wide. What was in that hot dog? Best not to ask, Lloyd.
We also have a new ninja friend with us who has a flail, I guess. It's like a flail or nunchucks or whatever it is, but basically we can use him to do as we saw there with the hot dog. You go up and he will use his flail, his chain, whatever it is, he's gonna grab onto the gear and then he can spin it to activate whatever it is that needs to be activated. So it's, of course, at this point you're gonna be running into the usual Lego formula where every now and then you're going to run into a new kind of thing that you need another character to open up. So just kind of remind yourself, okay, this character shoots, this one has a sword that I can use to cut things, the other one has the chain. Later on we're going to get an airbender. I mean, the thing I've noticed so far is that this game really seems to like the last airbender stuff, because pretty soon we're all going to be fire bending and earth bending and lightning bending and I don't know, it's fun because you're a bunch of ninjas doing that, and I guess there are a bunch of ninjas in the airbender too, but I don't know. It's Lego. I'll excuse it. So you don't have to defeat these enemies here, but that was one that was the one that I mentioned a video or two ago that kept blocking all of my attacks. And he's dead now, but I don't know what that was about. He was not happy with me. When the thing on the top of the screen doesn't come up and say that you have to kill a bunch of enemies, you can just easily skip them and continue on the level if you want to, or if you want to really show off all of your moves, then go right ahead and defeat everybody that you want. So we'll be wall climbing up here like Mirror's Edge and getting to this wall here, which was giving me some serious problems. I mean, I could not jump in the correct direction for some reason. I don't really know what was going on. I started wall running to the right there, but it wouldn't let me wall run to the left, and then the camera was messing up with me right here, and this is kind of the things I have with this game. There's a lot of little annoyances like this, and finally, took a second, took a breath, jumped into the middle, finally got it to work with me. But the camera there was my enemy, and so was the wall running. I don't really know what was going on, and then I got worried here. I'm like, okay, please tell me that hammer guy isn't back behind the wall, and then I realized, oh, we don't have a hammer guy, that's going to be a free play thing. Or at least not a free play thing, but like a later, I think we get the hammer guy later in this level. So anyway, we'll want to pull this guy down. Is this the hammer guy? We'll just switch to both heroes. I think this is the hammer guy.
I think I saw Kai's
Yep, okay, that's the hammer guy. So was I right? I think I said the beginning of the level. Oh no, later in the level? Anyway, you know what I mean. We got the hammer guy now. So we're gonna want to switch to him, and I know his name is Cole, and I think the blue guy's name is Jay. The guy that I'm playing right now, I think his name is Jay. So I know two names. And I know that the guy with the sword that used the ultimate weapon is the green ninja. I forgot what his name was. Oh, and his is Lloyd. Okay, I know who his name is now. So I'm getting a better grasp on these characters, but still I'm not too certain. I mean, this game doesn't seem to do a very good job at explaining the story, just because the only time the story advances is in the cutscenes, and there's a lot of stuff in between there that gets crowded out by louder noises, really. So I don't know, but there's going to be a hammerhead ship there that's going to be blowing us up, so that's kind of fun, and we'll just want to make sure that we defeat the enemies that he throws at us. I mean, it's kind of hard to think of things to say right now. The formula is pretty much exactly the same, and it's going to be this way for the rest of the game, so a lot of my stuff's going to be senseless rambling, but hey, how is that any different from my regular videos? So defeats these enemies, and then we can continue on with the next parts of this level. So because the hammerhead shark ship is very nice, it's going to blow up a truck that we can then build into I think it's like a claw that we're going to use to grab onto his eyeball, and then we can drag it down with the weight of that truck that claw is onto. So there it goes. I guess it's not quite the eyeball, kind of right behind the weird hammerhead. That's going to knock it down and also give us access outside of this room. And so now we're just going to want to come on down here and climb up to this side of the level, which has probably one of the very slightly lengthier puzzles that we've run into so far anyway. If you notice, there's a sword thing in the right there that you can't see now because I'm killing this shark guy, but there's that sword part that we need the sword guy to, I think it's the green, no, not the green, anyway, the dual sword guy ninja to open up that door so we can clear out this frozen wall that we obviously can't get into. So when what you're going to want to do is walk on over here to the right side, switch to Cole so we can get his hammer and slam the hammer down. Then we're going to have a dual build section that we'll need to build to the left and the right side. Now if you listen to the characters, they're going to say, hey, build it to the right side, see what it does. And it's going to do something kind of interesting. There's a new kind of brick that at least I don't remember being in the previous Lego games, maybe it's in Lego Dimensions, but once it gets wet in this level, as we see here, we're going to cool it off, and then it's going to spit out tons and tons and tons of studs. So if you jump down there, you can get a bunch of studs that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. You can also destroy that brick. Not really sure what it does, because you're going to see that brick periodically throughout the rest of the game, but besides giving you a couple of studs when you destroy it, it's not like it's not a collectible or anything, but it's kind of a cool flashing brick, so there you go. I guess it's just kind of showing you, in this case, all those studs just show up at least when it gets wet. Either that, or when the fire goes out, it's just rewarding us with studs. I'm not sure, because I haven't gotten it to do that on any other level, and I've beaten this game at this point, so yeah, not sure. Anyway, we finally get this guy, who is Kai. Okay, Kai is the dual sword guy. I'm learning these characters slowly. It'll take a while, but we're going to get Kai and an ingenuity token, so we are going to put another one into our second row of skills here, and I'm just going to increase the combo multiplier time, which means we can go longer before our combo disappears, even though you can already go a pretty dang long time before your combo disappears. And then when you're ready, you're going to want to switch on over to Kai so he can stick his dual swords into that terminal and get the ice wall opened up. So it took me a second to switch over there because my character got stuck on that pillar thing, because I pushed A because I saw it and was like, oh, what does that do? Oh, it jumps me on there, and then I was stuck there for like 5 seconds. So I don't know what that was about, but finally got off, switched to Kai, heat up the wall, or at least end the CO2, I guess. Then we get to view the cat having his way, and this was why I never had cats as a child. Actually, there are other reasons why I never had cats when I was younger, but I'm not a cat person, I'm way more of a dog person. Although dogs can cause some damage too if you don't train them correctly, so it's kind of funny though that the laser and the cat, yep, that's how it works. It's interesting too because you can use a laser light with a dog, and dogs will go after, some dogs anyway, will go after the laser light, but it's not a good idea because it messes with the dog's mind, and especially since dogs are very, very prey type animals where they want to catch it, they can never catch the laser light, so if they go after the laser light enough with no reward, they might develop some kind of obsessive disorder with light, and light reflecting off your watch or shadows will kind of send them into a frenzy. So don't use a laser light on your dogs. There's other ways to play with them. Just be safe. Don't use a laser with your dogs. If you want to do that, get a cat, because it doesn't bother cats for some strange reason. So here's the door we're going to be opening up with this chain guy, or whatever the heck that weapon is. It's like a hook, or I have no idea what it is. And we're going to be using him, I think, for the other part of this level too. We're getting a little bit closer to the end here. So there's going to be some guys kind of flying down, parachuting down on top of us. You don't really have to kill them again, but it is not a bad idea just to get them out of your way, because if they're constantly in the background shooting you or poking you with their little Lego hands, it's kind of annoying when you try to do anything else because it stuns you, knocks you down, you know, it's just kind of a pain. There's a door there that we'll be able to access later once you have 30 golden bricks. I will not be coming back to that door in my walkthrough because this is not a 100% walkthrough, but if you want to do that later, come on back to this level, or it may be there in the open world. I'm not totally sure if this is part of the open world or not. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't, but anyway, just come back here later once you get 30 gold bricks. So build those 2 power banks on the door. I have no idea what to call them. Spin them, get them powered up, then walk into here and we'll see our good friend, the robotic arrow guy that we played as in the previous level. Zane, okay, that's his name. See, they're telling us all the names, like they've mentioned the names a bunch, but I just had the hardest time remembering them. No idea why. Use the green ninja to cut open these this whatever that's called. Freight box. Jeez, everything has a name, and whenever I narrate these videos, I forget the name of them. Whatever. And then switch on over to Cole, blast the rocket, and that should free Zane here. Now, Zane is going to be either the last or second to last ninja that we have to free from the brink of death. I think, yeah, okay, the next one's going to be Naya. Naitsuse Ni. I don't know how to say that. So, Nya, whoever she is, I'm assuming it's a she. She's going to be, I believe, our last ninja. For some reason, you can't move when that character wheel comes up. Kind of an annoyance that I've had with every Lego game that has had that character wheel, because anytime it does something for you, you can't move. And the thing that I want to do is move when that comes up, because I don't, like, I know that I'm unlocking the Zane. I'm well aware of that Lego game. Anyway, there's going to be this weird fish thing that's going to have a shield for a little while until he's done attacking you, and it's going to make it a little bit hard to hit this target with Zane while he's around, so wait for the shield to go away, destroy him, shoot the target, and then the door should open right up, and then we can walk inside here.
Up here. We're on our way.
And we're going to see the other ninja up on top waving us where to go. So defeat some of these enemies if you want to. There's this guy that apparently is just having a rough day and had to be destroyed by that awesome ninja combo. And then we can walk up this way. So if we turn around, we'll see the wall that we have to run up. There's also a staff point here that I thought for a second was the sword guy, but it isn't. You need the staff from the old guy to, I mean, that kind of looks like a sword, right? But no, if you remember the Lego staffs, how they have that kind of round thing on top of them, that's what that's for. And we don't unlock that guy until the next level, I believe. So we can't do that in this level. We have to come back and free play, and that's pretty much everything. You know, that's pretty much the motto you have to live by on Lego games. Don't try to get collectibles on story mode. Just play through on story, come back and free play to do everything else, and that'll be a lot smoother than worrying about how to do everything. So climb on these rooftops, jump up here, and that's going to be it for this level.